Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tear apart the modern entrepreneur mindset. We've pulled some of the most powerful ideas from top motivational speeches to really challenge those old rules and build a brand new playbook for success. You ready? Okay, let's dive right in by challenging something most of us were probably told our whole lives. Robert Kiyosaki just drops an absolute bombshell with this quote. He's basically saying that whole traditional path, go to school, get a good job, save money, it's not just old advice, it's broken advice. I mean, just think about it for a second. The whole financial world has completely changed, right? The rules your parents or grandparents played by, they just don't work anymore. And sticking to that old playbook, well, that might be the exact reason you feel stuck. So, here's the cold, hard truth of the new rules. The old advice was all about saving, right? A penny saved is a penny earned. But in a world where governments can just print trillions of dollars out of thin air, that money you've tucked away is losing value every single day. Savers are actually the ones losing the game. It's completely flipped on its head. And Kiyosaki asks this brilliant question. It's so simple. Just like a carton of milk in your fridge has an expiration date, so do your ideas. And if you're still clinging to financial ideas from the 1980s, well, you're essentially drinking spoiled milk. It's not going to end well. You're going to get obsolete, painful results. Okay, so if stuffing cash under the mattress is a bad idea, what are we supposed to do? Well, it's about completely changing how we think about money. We have to move from this idea of scarcity, of holding on tight, to an idea of flow, of movement. And you can really see the difference between these two mindsets. The saver, they're gripping their money, terrified of losing it. But the investor, they see money as a tool, like a seed you plant to grow a whole tree. It's this massive shift from thinking there's not enough to thinking, how can I make more? This really nails the new philosophy perfectly. Think about it. Money is just energy. It's like electricity. If the current isn't flowing, it doesn't do anything, right? Its power is in its movement. So the goal isn't to build a dam and stop it. It's to channel that current into things that will grow. Here's another way to think about it, and it's super simple. Hoarding money is like having a stagnant pond in your backyard. If the water doesn't move, it gets gross, right? Money's the exact same way. You need circulation for a healthy financial life. You have to let it flow out, trusting that when it flows back in, it'll be even stronger. Now, having this new mindset is awesome, but let's be real, it's only half the story. A mindset without action is, well, it's just a daydream. So how do we actually do something with this? How do we turn this money as energy idea into real results? It all starts with one thing, a massive bias toward action. I know. Jump and the net will appear sounds like something on a cheesy poster. But honestly, it's the absolute core of being an entrepreneur. There is no perfect plan. You'll never be 100% ready. Progress only comes when you take the leap. Risk is a muscle, and the only way to build it is to use it. You just have to jump. Okay, if you want a super practical, no-fluff action plan, check this out. It's Alex Hormozi's Rule of 100. It's so simple, it's genius. You pick just one, key action for your business. Maybe it's making sales calls or posting a video, whatever. Then you do it 100 times every single day for 100 days. And here's the secret sauce. You're going to suck at first, but it's the sheer volume and the feedback you get that makes you great, not sitting around planning forever. And get this, 20 hours. That's it. Studies show that it only takes about 20 hours of focused effort to get pretty decent at a new skill. That's like half a work week. So what's the takeaway? The thing stopping you isn't how hard it is. It's the fact that you're spending months or even years thinking about it, instead of just starting that first hour. And this is a tough pill to swallow for a lot of us, especially today. Watching motivational videos, listening to explainers like this one, it feels productive, doesn't it? But just consuming information isn't learning. Real learning, the kind that actually changes things, only happens when you go out and do the thing, get punched in the face by reality, and then adjust your plan. Look, taking all this action it's hard. It's exhausting. It's going to test you mentally and emotionally. And that's why, maybe more than anything else, your internal game, your perspective has to be rock solid. It's everything. So let's explore this idea with a really powerful question. And there's an amazing story from Ed Mylett that just perfectly illustrates this. It'll completely flip the way you think about your own mistakes, your own baggage. So Mylett tells this story about his dad, who was at rock bottom, completely lost to alcoholism. And the person who saved him, It wasn't some fancy doctor or expert. It was a total stranger he met at a meeting. And the key thing was, that stranger was also a recovering alcoholic. Their own messed up past, their own struggles is what gave them the unique ability to actually reach his dad. And this is the big reveal. The things that person was most ashamed of, the biggest mistakes they ever made, those were the very things that qualified them to save his dad's life. Think about that. Your failures, your struggles, the things you're embarrassed about, they don't disqualify you. They qualify you. It all boils down to this. How do you see your own story? Is it a prison? Something that holds you back, full of shame and regret? Or is it a passport? The very thing that gives you the right, the ability, the experience to go out and connect with people and succeed because of what you've been through. Okay, let's wrap this all up. We've talked about the new rules for money, about taking massive action, and about the power of your own perspective. Let's pull all those threads together into one final idea: how to become unstoppable. First things first, you gotta be a shark. Why? Because if a shark stops swimming, it dies. Simple as that. Success isn't some finish line you cross. It's constant forward motion. The second you get comfortable, the second you get complacent, you're already starting to fail. You have to stay hungry. So what does this unstoppable mindset look like? It's pretty simple, really. First, you focus only on what you can control. Not the economy, not your competitors, but your effort and your attitude. That's your internal economy. Second, consistency beats intensity every time. It's what you do every day that matters. Third, demand an A from yourself in everything. Don't settle. And finally, and this is the big one, you have to understand that you are always one decision away from a completely different life. And this last quote, this is the final piece of the puzzle. It's a total mind game. See, if you think your dreams are a million miles away, you're going to act like it. You'll take tiny, timid little steps. But what if you believed you were right on the doorstep, that you were so close? You'd act differently, right? You'd be bolder, more confident. Well, the truth is, you're not as far away as you think you are. And that brings us right here to the final question. If it's true, if you really are just one decision away from a whole new life, then the only thing that really matters is what you do next. So I'll leave you with this. What is that one decision you're going to make today to close the gap? What's it going to be?